The Ten of Wands stands for materialization on the spiritual level of human expression. Ten of Wands auspicious means inspiration. Ten of Wands inauspicious means lack of inspiration. The sphere of materialization on the tree of life earthens or grounds, but also materializes, meaning it collects the influences of the spheres above it and gives them form. As such, it stands for the end result of the activities of a tree of life, like a fruit or produce. We are not used to thinking of grounding as a power, but rather as an event. This is one reason Arthur Edward Wade called the Ten of Wands an obscure card. Materialization is indeed one of the most mysterious powers. According to the string theory, all subnuclear particles consist of vibrating filaments. The power of materialization produces these filaments and combines them into atoms, molecules, and chemical elements to produce stone, wool, water, and all other physical phenomena. For this reason, ageless wisdom assigned the title Resplendent Intelligence to materialization, honoring the fact that our universe is a play of energy. Materialization turns the intentional activities of the spiritual tree into an inspiration for the creative feely level below. In the context of art, the Ten of Wands is the muse. Inspirations are promises. The higher self wants us to experience something and sends an inspiration our way. This is where the secondary meanings of promise or fortune, success or good faith comes in. To receive an inspiration from the higher self is indeed an honor. An inauspicious Ten of Wands may indicate pride, which is the opposite of honor. The ego's pride may block inspiration that don't fit into his agenda. An inauspicious Ten of Wands may also indicate that the querent fears inspiration because they can be life-changing. Last but not least, an inauspicious Ten of Wands may indicate that the querent is spreading herself too thin. The higher self continuously broadcasts its inspirations to all souls. Sensitive souls may pick up inspirations they are not equipped to bring about. We need to learn to dismiss inspirations that we cannot accommodate, however tempting they are. The 10 wands in the card are arranged in 2 triangles and a square. The upper triangle represents cosmic intention, ideation, and context. The square stands for the intentional powers of grace, law, empathy, and motive. The lower triangle turns motives into a goal, that's the 8 of wands, charges it with energy, that's the 9 of wands, and wraps it up, the 10 of wands, which, as mentioned, becomes an inspiration for the highest sphere of the creative feely level. We derive the psychological meanings of tarot cards from their position on the tree of life. According to the Enlightenment Tarot framework, the 10 of wands represents Malkuth of Tifereth, that is, materialization on the intentional spiritual level of human expression. Every tarot card represents a faculty or power of consciousness. We can use faculties of consciousness constructively and destructively, which produces either a fortunate or an adverse state of mind. Hence, every tarot card has 5 core meanings. Here are the 5 core meanings of the 10 of wands. Power of consciousness, materialization of intention, constructive use, inspiration, destructive use, oppression of inspiration, favorable internal experience, inspiredness, adverse internal experience, uninspiredness. The 10 of wands symbolizes the climax of the activities of the spiritual tree, which produces inspiration. Inspiration kicks off meaningful creative pursuits that enrich the soul. Let's have a look at what various tarotists wrote about the 10 of wands. Usually, tarotists consider the astrological significances of tarot cards. The 10 of wands corresponds to the 3rd decade of Sagittarius, ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter, and is sub-ruled by Leo and the Sun. This merges the aspiring benevolent forces of Sagittarius with the rulership forces of Leo, whereby the aspiring benevolent forces dominate. For the Ten of Wands, Paul Foster Case offered the keyword fullness of power. Fullness of power, or rather fullness of intent, hints at the power of materialization, which wraps up the activities of the spiritual tree. These are Paul's auspicious meanings: generosity, success and honor in connection with the law or religion or philosophy, the possibility of a position of responsibility, and gain through travel. Generosity is a character trait of Sagittarians. The other attributions go back to the 7th house of experience, which rules religion, philosophy, and long journeys. Paul gave 2 sets of inauspicious meanings. The first includes oppression, ostentation, dogmatism, and overbearing pride. The second comprises burdens of ill-regulated power, the burden of too many responsibilities, having too many irons in the fire, and lack of order in the querent's affairs or activities. The first set of inauspicious meanings goes back to the negative character traits of Leo natives, that is, the character traits of selfish rulers. The second set indicates the consequences of accepting and pursuing too many inspirations, for which the querent may lack the talent, the energy, the skill, and or the experience. Arthur Edward Wade connects this card with honor and good faith. Receiving inspiration from the higher self is indeed an honor, and we should always give the higher self the benefit of the doubt that it knows best what's good for us. Having faith in the higher self lightens the load of incarnation. Arthur agrees this card indicates oppression, a negative Leo rulership trait, but adds that it promises fortune gain and success. The promise of success goes back to the power of inspiration, but mind that success is still a long way away. Arthur mentions that the place which the figures is approaching may suffer from the rods that he carries. This hints at the typical win-lose approach of greedy people in power. Arthur thinks an inauspicious Ten of Wands can indicate deception, disguise, disloyalty, intrigues, and betrayal. These are the adversities that the people in the rulership game face. Last but not least, Arthur believes that if the querent's question is one of a lawsuit, there will be certain loss. This seems a bit off, since the house of lawsuits is that of Libra, not Sagittarius. Eteia, a French occultist and the first known professional tarotist, offers the meanings of lies and obstacles. Lies fits to intrigues, the Leo connection. Materialization produces solidity, which can resist us and offer obstacles we need to overcome during our creative pursuits. Pepys, another French occultist and the founder of the Martinist order, offers the meaning of uncertainty. This is an inauspicious meaning, which is one-sided. It also seems off, since materialization solidifies, which counteracts uncertainty. Gregor Mather, the founder of the Golden Dawn, claims that an auspicious Ten of Wands signifies confidence, security, honor, and good faith. We already covered honor and good faith. Security is a fitting meaning, since materialization produces stability. Confidence feels off, since it is a response to verification, which is a matter of the higher self and takes place on a lower level of human expression. Gregor's inauspicious meanings are treachery, subterfuge, and double dealing. These meanings pertain to the Leo connection and the adversities people faces who are involved in the power game. Madame de Montchamp, a 19th century celebrated Parisian fortune teller, said that the Ten of Wands signifies a long journey by train and great advantages therefrom. This goes back to the 7th house of experiences and long journeys, ruled by Sagittarius. As you can see, tarot meanings are a bit messy. The reason is that the meanings that pertain to the card's positions on the Tree of Life are mixed up with astrological correspondences, symbolic interpretations, and fortune-telling connotations. That's tedious to memorize. Further, tarotists' opinions, knowledge, and linguistic backgrounds shaped some of these interpretations. Last but not least, many meanings are fuzzy, contradictory, and overlap. If you want to understand why they overlap, read the article How to Deal with the Overlapping Meanings of Tarot Cards. You can find a link in the video description. The meanings of the Enlightenment Tarot are based on an objective, holistic framework, the Tree of Life, and the 4 levels of human expression. The resulting meanings are transparent and logical, and hence easy to memorize. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Enlightenment Tarot. Please help to spread the light with a like and a share, and don't forget to subscribe. Love and light.